Hello everyone, let's whiz through number 58 from the Fabulae together. Okay, post breve tempus Peleas. After a short time, Peleas, veritus, look at this word veritus, having feared, it is a perfect active participle. Having feared, and verbs of fearing are very often followed by this word ne, meaning lest. Verbs of fearing often followed by ne plus the subjunctive. Fearing or having feared lest his kingdom, occupatum, having been occupied by tanta vi et fraude, by such strength and deception. So fearing lest he might amitteret, lest he might lose his suum regnum. Don't forget suum, this possessive pronoun that so many people forget. Fearing lest he might lose his suum, fearing lest he might lose his regnum, his kingdom. Amitteret there, imperfect subjunctive. Fearing lest he might lose his kingdom. Occupatum, having been gained by such strength and deception. What did he do? He misit. Find your verb, misit. Obviously, amicum quendam, that quidam pronoun lots of people forget, a certain. He sent a certain friend to Delphi, qui consuleret. Qui there taking the form of ut, being the purpose clause. Qui consuleret, who might consult, but just to consult the oracle. Ille igitur quam celereme, superlative there. He therefore contulit, carried himself to Delphi, quam celereme, as quickly as possible, and he demonstravit, and he showed quam ob causam, literally on account of what cause he verniset, he had come. Verniset there, pluperfect subjunctive. Why is it subjunctive, you ask? Very good question. It's subjunctive because it is an indirect question. On what cause have you come? That's a direct question. He showed what cause he had come. He demonstrated on account of what cause he had come. Indirect question. Respondit. As soon as I see respondit, I'm looking for an infinitive and an accusative. He responded, nullum oraculum esse in praesentia periculum. The oraculum, rather, is the subject, so the oracle responded. The oracle responded, nullum esse, nothing or no periculum, that there was no danger at present. Or the oracle responded. Look for the accusative infinitive. Responded that there was no danger at present. Monuit tamen, it, or she, I suppose, the oracle is actually a she. She warned, however, monuit tamen. As soon as I see monuit, I'm going to look for a subjunctive, which I believe I can see here, we're near it. And I'm looking for a subjunctive because I'm looking for an indirect command. However, she warned Peleas ut, that si quis, that if anyone came wearing one sandal. So monuit tamen, however, she warned Peleas that if anyone were to come wearing gerens, present participle. Now the veneret, I'm afraid I was wrong, was not. It wasn't warning someone to come, which would be an indirect command. So that's actually if. So we've actually got more here, the potential subjunctive, that if anyone were to come, gerens, present participle, wearing one sandal, wearing a single sandal, this famous image of Jason coming along wearing his single sandal. That if anyone were to come along wearing, present participle, gerens, wearing one sandal, kaweret, he should fear him. Kaweret. So that was the subjunctive that I was looking for earlier on, that kaweret bit that we have there, was that she monuit, however, she warned Peleas ut to kaweret, to beware if anyone came wearing one sandal. So the original subjunctive was actually potential here, as we said, but the kaweret there was going to be the indirect command subjunctive. Post paucis annis accidit. After a few years, accidit, it happened that Peleas esset factorus. It happened that Peleas was factorus. Future participle there, was about to put on a great sacrifice. Demiserat, pluperfect tense there. He had sent nuntios, messengers, accusative there. Remember, if you see a word like nuntios at the start of the sentence, look at that ending, and it's os, which means it's got to be accusative. He had sent messengers into omnis partes, into all parts, the omnis there taking the form, the is taking the form of the es, into all parts, into every part. He had sent messengers into all parts, to every part, and he dixerat, and he had stated, he had set, certam diem, a certain day of gathering. Conveniendi there is a gerund. He had set a certain day of gathering. Gerund, of course, a verbal noun. Die constituta, time when ablative. On the set day, magnus numerus, a great crowd of people, convenit, gathered on all sides of the fields, gathered everywhere on the fields. Time when ablative, die constituta. On that set day, a great crowd, hominum, genitive of a third declension, noun, a great crowd of people gathered on all sides of the field. In his autem venit. In these, or amongst these, however, there also came Jason, qui ap veritia, who, from his childhood, habitabarat, had lived with quendam centaurum, with a certain centaur, not a senator at all, who had lived with a certain centaur. One of the things that I like about the centaurs, and you have them sort of bringing up various different heroes, whether they be Achilles or Hercules, was that they represented, on the one hand, there was the human and the animal part, almost as if they would teach you the sort of the human aspects of reason and the animal part of passion. Anyway, I digress. So, in these, however, there also came Jason, who from boyhood had lived with a certain centaur. Dum tamen iter facit. However, while he made the journey, he, guess what, amisit, he lost one of his sandals in crossing some river, in transeundo, literally in crossing some river, I know not what, in literally the river being crossed, I know not what. So that's actually a gerundive because it's passive. So while he made the journey, he lost one of his sandals in the river crossing I know not what, in the river I know not what being crossed, literally in crossing some river or other, in some river being crossed. Transeundo there, gerundive, because as I said, it is passive. Some of you won't have met the gerunds and gerundives yet. There's something wonderful to look forward to. Hope this has been useful. Thank you very much.